that in order to take on the world's best here at the Nürburgring, we had to partner with Porsche and with Manthey as well. But the performance was very strong, so we'll have to now develop and adapt tires specifically for the GT3R.
The top class of the Nürburgring 24 hours is the true battleground for tire manufacturers.
So the vibration is getting more and more. Get a lot of oversteer, entry, mid and exit. Vibration.
It was our first time here, and because we had to rush so much, a lot of things were really tough. From a driver's perspective, when the vibration starts coming through the tires, of course it creates fear. And with that going on, I don't think the drivers can push at 100%.
Copy, copy. Lights on, signal lights on. Drive slowly. I cannot go. Only RPM. Copy, box on the side, box on the side, box on the side.
The drive shaft was broken. It's really frustrating because as a car chief to retire our car is not what I want and not what our team deserves. Yeah, it's not a good memory.
I don't want to make excuse just because NLS2 was our first race. Of course, we also had some bad luck. We had slowly checked the mileage of the parts that failed. So that wasn't the issue. What frustrates me most as engineer is that we couldn't fully control the race.
Grip, front and rear, we have nothing.
Inside the pit, the roles between the mechanics and engineers were all mixed together. And since it was our first entry with such a small crew, we were trying to make everything work. Because we had to rush so much, a lot of things were really tough.
So whenever something feels off, like, that's strange, just say, hold on and check it.
Okay.
The tire pressures are fine, right?
Nothing low.
And no vibration issues so far.
Thankfully, no.
Then we are good. So what on earth happened in round 2?
We've had quite a lot of tire issues, so we'll need to take it step by step and keep building things as we go.
Since the drive shaft failed, I think the problem started from there. As for why it failed, HankookTire is a company that's well known for drive shafts and drivetrains. But just because they're famous doesn't mean you never get trouble. When I was in Japan, we had issues all the time. That is just the nature of motorsport. We're investigating the cause right now, so let's see what we find. There were communication issues not only with the European staff, but clearly even among the Korean team members as well. What we didn't expect was this. We should have assigned more working days and more people. But if we had known beforehand how hard it would be to find the right staff. But I think this is also just one of the steps in our growth.
Yeah, NLS2 was disappointing, firstly because we weren't able to finish the race. Of course, there was a technical issue with the car. And also with our crew, as we have many programs going on around the world, we weren't able to have all of our core members at that event. So it was challenging, but I think it was a good learning experience. It just wasn't quite good enough to our normal standard.
Lots of new faces. I think now we are in the comfortable position that we have enough man stuff to fill every position and to make sure everybody knows what's the job. What do you need to do? Stefan and I had a discussion about to share our idea with you, and also Stefan wants to share the run plan for tomorrow, so you know what's the plan for tomorrow morning.
Just one moment. I'm going to just do a quick translation.
Yeah.
Just to make sure we get everything. Yeah.
Yeah, what he just said is that since we have a lot of new faces, let's work well together. And now we are having this time to clear each member's role and task.
And that's another point. So if anybody understands or has problems with English, German or whatever, please ask. So you are always welcome to ask twice or 3 times. Not 4 times, but 3 times is still okay. So if you don't understand something, just come to us, ask, just to make sure that we don't make mistakes because of a language barrier.
So we came into as a brand new group, different nationalities, different backgrounds, but all united with a shared passion for racing. The focus was on becoming one team. And at first there were a few barriers, whether it was language, culture, or simply the different ways we were used to work in the past. But from day one, my priority in this was to bring structure and routine into every process and make sure we operate flawlessly and avoid mistakes.
Okay, then thank you everyone, get some good sleep and see you tomorrow.
As you know, the decision to enter the last race was made very suddenly. So, in that messy situation, with people who didn't even know each other, suddenly trying to work together, I think that's where those small mistakes started to happen. I believe that if we work hard, we can absolutely do it. It feels better than last time. How's the grip level and everything? It's kind of similar, but there are small differences. It has improved, but the gap between the front and rear is pretty big. Right now the front is doing its job to some extent, but the rear isn't. What did Steven say when he was on new tires?
You can't drive too aggressively.
Ah, right.
The race is tomorrow. If the drivers trust that it feels okay and start pushing too hard, we will be out in no time.
Tire pressure alarm. Tire pressure alarm. Park it somewhere safe.
Yes, positive. Stay in the car. Stay in the car. The guys will come out there. They will come with a van and bring a tire.
We're going to get the car. Out on track? The car is pulled off to the side. Made it off? Is it nearby? I think so. The tire isn't completely torn or anything. But for some reason, we'll have to check why. The air is leaking little by little.
Nein, hier beim Wechsel. Nee, ach so.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, Alter. Ja, vermutlich liegt das daran, dass da im Rennbetrieb eventuell...
What a shame. It would have been a good chance to really try the setup after the changes.
Thank you.
Even my helmet visor seemed upset. It just popped off.
So this is where the vibration came from.
Yeah, I think this is what caused it.
Right, once it breaks. It bulges out like this.
But I wasn't even pushing hard.
No, I know. I'm not saying you broke it.
Yeah. In the past, we'd heard comments a few times about the tires not producing enough grip. But we'd never heard anything about puncture issues, so this one came as a surprise. When I heard that we had another tire puncture, my first reaction was just, huh? That's strange. We cut it open with a cutter and checked everything. But we didn't find any points that seemed related to high-speed endurance issues. From a development standpoint, I think punctures and things like that can happen. Obviously, if you get a puncture, performance doesn't even matter. You can't keep running at all. So we decided our top priority had to be improving safety.
So the shims coming out was a part of the plan. It's just we didn't do the proper setup after before coming here.
Correct.
But the first mistake was already putting that much shims again inside. The Korean guys did to the floor.
So we can talk to, just to follow up to understand where the breakdown was, we can talk to the Group 1 team.
With Björn.
Why did the shims go in before LNS2? And the second follow-up is why didn't check after the shims came out, right?
Whenever there is a safety concern, we need to plan very conservatively. We have to carefully consider the driver's safety, the risk of damage of the car, and make decisions with caution. Based on the data, we believe that running 5 laps per stint was best option. Maybe that meant falling a little behind in terms of competitiveness, but it was a right call.
Yeah, there were a lot of challenges for the event, but normally you find in motorsports that you're never able to race under the perfect conditions exactly how you want it to be. It's always managing some sort of issue or coming up with some sort of compromise. This is the nature of motorsport and what actually makes it so challenging and also so rewarding. And so, we're experienced enough to know that unexpected issues and challenges are a part of the game, and it's up to us to always stay calm, objectively assess the situation, never give up, and always adapt our strategy so that we can get to the end, because again, in motorsport, you never know what's going to happen until the end. It's always a good opportunity when there are challenges, and working through those together just, of course, makes us stronger as a team and also better prepares us for our future at the Nürburgring.
Little bit of slowing down at the front of the field causes a concertina effect as they go through.
Green, green, green. Pit this lap, pit this lap.
Getting 1 mile west here. Copy.
Other teams are already sitting. Watch turn 1 for cars joining the track. Copy.
Our tires were doing well in performance. However, since pitting time was about 2 to 3 laps earlier than our competitors, we lost positions easily. To regain lost places, we pushed the pace. And at the same time, I kept checking via radio to make sure tires being supplied on time to match the busier pit schedule.
It is. Copy, box is left.
Tires, next set of tires. Put next set in the oven. No, not intermediate. Put dry sets in. Dry.
Just tell them what tire pressure you want to set. For an LS3, we just needed to do what we always do. There were some small issues, but nothing major in terms of operation.
You could say the high-speed endurance performance was right at a kind of tipping point.
Yeah, it was a difficult time. We were all busy in Portugal supporting the WRC, but we were still in close contact with R&D as they were working diligently to prepare on their side. The key factor was, would we have enough time? But they've been giving it their all, and we believed in the end that they would make it work.
A tire is something that goes through the hands of many people during production. And because there's a whole process behind it, making even one tire requires a lot of communication. That part was tough. There were moments where we had to break some of the internal rules of the process and do things differently.
A little bit of anxiety, wondering if everything would come together, but in the end we trusted that they were doing everything possible, and we knew that we would have to do our part and just focus to make sure that we were ready to go, and that in the end everyone would pull through and we would be able to make it there on time.
The 24-hour qualifiers spread over 2 days on a combination of the Nordschleife and the GP circuit, serving as the perfect preparation for the main event. Every lap, every stint and every pit stop gives us crucial data and experience towards our main goal. The fact that these races also contribute to the NLS Championship adds another layer of competitiveness. It's not just preparation, it's performance under pressure. For us, it's a great opportunity to push the limits of our new tires.
My thoughts were mainly, or our thoughts were mainly, we have to focus on trying to get in a double stint onto the tires. We have to get there slowly, and to get there, to be able to do 12 laps or a double stint, we had to get there slowly. So what we did was we did 6 laps, we pitted, we checked the tires, made sure everything's fine and safe, put it back on and went back out to be able to do 12 laps on one set of tires.
Marco, do you have any comments on this tire?
This one, I think better. I have 0 vibration.
We are ready with the tire?
This is lap 12, box.
Box is left.
Which Marco was able to do, perform well and safe. We completed the 12-lap double stint without issues and finished qualifying safely. So the result for the qualifying, pretty good. I would say better than we expected. We finished in P14, and this is for us a really good place to start off.
But one thing we also have to consider in endurance racing, but also particularly at the Nordschleife, is that the conditions can change. So the decision you make at that moment also has to consider how you think the weather will progress, how the track conditions might evolve. Tire choice is extremely important, especially when you have changeable conditions.
At least we should try to get it work.
Yeah.
We could not see anything.
Vincent Bartet showed us how to react on the tire profile. Marco did an excellent job and was very quickly on the way on gaining positions.
The tires performed very well, much better than even what we expected.